In this Palworld video, I bring you what in my opinion are the best partnering skills on pals that you need to know about. How's it going, guys? My name is DPJ, and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. So each pal in Palworld has a partner skill. Some tied to pals needing saddles, which you will obviously have to craft upon you unlocking the blueprint, but others not. These partner skills can seriously help you as a player in a variety of different ways, from farming to combat to even discovery. Now I will say people play this game differently and will no doubt find other pals more effective for them, so what's best for me may not be best for you. Please keep that in mind. Another thing about partner skills, these are not affected by passives for the most part, obviously excluding pals who have some kind of movement speed buff to them in regard to their partner's skill. Having passives which affect movement speed will obviously affect their partner skill and work together. But for the most part, the passives on pals is kind of like a side bonus which does not play a part in those partner skills or affect those partner skills. For instance, working passives like work, slave, artisan, remarkable craftsmanship and so forth will play no part in Smokie's ability to sense Chromite or Astegon's ability to mine ore while mounted. Now what will affect partner skills though and affect them massively is their level in stars. Now stars are obviously added to pals via using the condensation machine. After having your one pal whose partner skill you want to take advantage of, you need to level this pal up for the most part, and here guys you will need 116 of the very same pal to condense into your main pal, giving it a 4-star, which is max in regards to getting the most out of that partner skill. So yes, quite a lot of breeding or catching will be required to get a 4-star pal. Also, using pal souls can be beneficial to certain pals in regards to attack and defenses if the partner skill is based on this. A pal like Knocklem could benefit from this, but again for the most part with these partner skills are not really affected by pal souls. Okay, so let's start with those partner skills. So there are plenty of pals upon you crafting their saddles, and when you're mounted to them allow you to ride them and wield some pretty awesome weapons. And although these ain't anything I often use, they can be quite good. For instance, we have Jetragon's area missile. This is quite a monstrosity of a perk, shall we say, a ability shall we say, but the cooldown on it is quite lengthy. Bastigor's ice forged hammer, I had a lot of fun using this, but then it got quite boring quite quickly. Grizzbolt's yellow tank, this is a popular one real early game and people built around this and made the most out of it, but again for me they just don't really cut it in regards to endgame and what's needed in combat. There are other pals that don't need to be mounted where they pull out their own arsenal, pals like Maya and so forth. But yeah, there are many pals guys not mentioned here today in this video who offer what I've just mentioned in regards to having their own arsenal. So yes, do go through them and check them out. Again though, this ain't really my thing. There are also pals within this game guys when added to your party will buff certain pals. For instance, and what I mean here is, a pal like Sparky, if you have it in your party, will buff the attack of other electric attacking pals. Now if you have let's say 4 Sparkits and 1 Orzerk, that Orzerk's electric attacks will be buffed. Now if you take a Sparky and you condense 116 other Sparkits into it, this increases. So 4 Sparkits all fully condensed will massively buff electric pal attacks. Now there's more or less a pal for every single type in the game besides Dragon as far as I am aware, and those are, again for electric pals and buffing their electric attacks, we have Sparky. For fire attacking pals we have Kelpsy, Ignis or Ruby. For dark pals we have Hookrates. For ice pals we have Foxicle. For grass pals we have Rybunny Bolten or Barustala. For ground pals we have Doomad. For water pals we have Kelpsy. For neutral pals we have Rybunny. And again for dragon pals, I actually don't think there's a certain pal in the game you can add to your party who buff other dragon pals, but do correct me if I'm wrong and my information is outdated. Again, let me know down below. Now Gobfin and Gobfin Ingus will increase the player's attack, so having 5 of these little bastards fully condensed in your party will increase the player's attack. Pretty cool. There are also pals whose partner skills allow them to actually farm items for you at a ranch, all by the way increasing loot found the higher they are condensed leveled up. To quickly name these off, we have Sutsia, who will farm you bones, Kelpsy Ignis, who will farm you those flame organs, Kelpsy will farm you those pal fluids. A name I always have a problem in pronouncing, Sabelix is that, will farm you high quality cloth. Flambelle will farm you flame organs. Bigarde will farm you that honey. Dumod will farm you the high quality pal oil. Melpacker will farm you wool. Capriti will farm you those red berries. Capriti Noct will farm you those venom glands. Woollypop will farm you that cotton candy. Mazzarina will farm you that milk. More and more Crisp will farm you those gold coins. Cremis will farm you that wool. Vixie will farm you spheres, arrows and gold coins, with the spheres getting better the higher condensed she is. Chickpea will farm you those eggs, and Lambert will farm you that wool. So yes guys, take advantage of these if you have those ranches at your base. Okay, so unique partner skills and the ones I feel you need to be taking advantage of. Okay, so the first pal I want to talk about is Galeclaw. Now, if you guys want a pal who can replace your glider but allows you to travel further and faster, but also allows you to use your weapon while gliding at the same time, then Galeclaw is for you. This pal, upon being in your party, automatically replaces your glider, and you then reap all these benefits, so pretty cool. Another unique pal's partner skill is Dogen's. Now Dogen's partner skill, when activated, will fast travel you back to your nearest base, which is very unique and could be super helpful for players in their own customized worlds who are in a bit of trouble but need to get out of there. This does not however work in dungeons as far as I am aware. Mimig, when you're near a treasure chest, he can open up this chest for you without using a key. Now the chest depends on the skill level of Mimig. Obviously the redder chest, the golden chest, purple chest and so forth. It all depends on the level of the Mimig. So the more Mimigs you condense into your Mimig, the better the chest you can open. 116 in total, you open in every single chest, people. Smokie, who's quite popular within the Feybreak DLC, when you activate his partner skill, he will detect any nearby Chromite. Another amazing benefit to using Smokie, if he's out at your side when you're farming that Chromite, you get way more, I think over double if fully condensed, so pretty cool guys. Now Omascul, while he's in your team guys, he will gain you more experience points in regards to pals in your team will earn more XP while Omascul is in your team. So imagine you have one pal in your team you want to level up pretty quickly, but you don't have any of those experience books. If you have a party full of Omasculs, say 4, and the one pal you want to level up, you'll earn way more XP in doing this. Fully condensed this dude guys, I'm not tested it myself, but I can imagine XP gains are pretty cool. Next up I want to talk about farming pals. Now a couple of farming pals I have covered in the past but have seemingly faded out and I have no idea why. These are, well, firstly we're going to talk about Mammorest. Now her partnering skill, well, improves efficiency when cutting trees and mining ores while mounted. So if you're riding your Mammorest or Mammorest Chrysis is, you'll farm more of said things and you'll be more efficient in doing so. Now Mammorest does have unique abilities in regards to her passives and her skills, which can make things even better. I made a video on this Mammorest quite a while back now, and again people have forgot about this, but if you fully level up a Mammorest, obviously putting 116 other Mammorests into it, then have a certain set of passives. Back then I was using Legend, Musclehead, Earth Emperor and Ferocious. Then when you use the Earth Impact, which just basically crushes things, has like a big AoE effect around Mammorest when you use this skill. If you stand amongst ore, you'll break all the ore within a single blow. Now there are better passives you can probably have after the Feybreak update, but this is something you want to learn more about. I'll link the original video in the video description, but this Mammorest was an absolute monster when it comes to farming guys, absolutely taking out everything in the vicinity with one single stomp, allowing farming to be much easier. Now another pal I want to talk about who can do this is Astegon. Now I made a video on Astegon again quite a while back, because Astegon and his partner skill, It increases damage dealt to ores, and you also get more farming this way while mounted. Now I took this into account and thought, you know what, I'm going to actually create an Astegon who can be perfect for doing this. And I figured out way back then that using his partner skill in Black Ankylosaur, comparing this with Lightning Strike, which is a unique attack I believe you get from Orzurk, and then having the passives of Lord of Lightning, Ferocious Musclehead and Legend, you could stand amongst numerous ore rocks, do one attack and take them all out, even be more efficient than Mammorest. Again, if you want more information on this video, I'll link it in the video description. It's quite an old one now, but I think it's something people have forgotten about. I think passive now, after Feybreak, it could be even better here in regards to doing more damage with the attacks, with the Lightning Strike attack, but in regards to the breeding guide and how you get Astegon with that Lord of Lightning, check out the video in the video description. But this is definitely a pal whose partnering skill is so overlooked, it's unbelievable. I mean, yes, I'm still using it till this day. This one is still perfect for me, but again, passives and what you can get can be even better here. Another pal I want to talk about is Yakumo. So while at your side, pals that you catch have a chance to be caught with the passives currently on your Yakumo. Now I've made a complete guide dedicated to this and how in my opinion you take most advantage of this. But let's say there's a certain pal you want out there in the open world that you want to catch, but you want to catch it with certain passives on. If you breed the perfect Yakumo with said passives on, it makes capturing that one pal you want out there in the open world with those certain passives on much easier. Now a fully condensed Yakumo, so that's putting 116 other Yakumos into your main Yakumo, will give you a 30% chance of passing on a passive. Now these chances drop massively in regards to passing on more than one. I believe it drops down to a 9% chance of passing on 2 passives, a 3% chance of passing on 3 passives, and under a 1% chance of passing on all passives. But still, it's still a chance, which is better than none. But there's more to this, and again guys, I don't want to explain them all in this video because we'll be here for ages, but I'll link the guide, the complete guide to Yakumo, in the video description. Okay, so next up we have Knocklem. He has a great partner skill that when activated, a Steel Resolve increases Knocklem's attack and defense for a short time. This has led to many players out there breeding one of the most powerful pals in this game for combat. Now when you take into account passives can massively increase how powerful this dude is, and then you have the other pals we talked about earlier on in the video where if they're in a party they will buff a certain individual pal. I mean, you can make Knocklem a monster of a pal, and I think some of the highest attack values I've seen in this game have come from people doing this with Knocklem. So it's definitely not one to overlook, that is for sure. With him being a ground pal, you obviously want a party full of Doom mods too. For all fully condensed guys, this guy's attack will drastically increase, and it's just the best damage passive you want in on your pals, which is, well, it depends who you ask, is, well, different, but hey, you know what you gotta do here. Another couple of unique pals I want to talk about. Firstly, Splatterina. While in your possession, the amount of items obtained from using a meat cleaver increases. What this means is, guys, if you're butchering pals while Splatterina is at your side, it increases the amount of items you get from butchering these pals. Fully condensed Splatterina up, guys, you get more things. Pretty cool. Another pal I want to talk about is a great pal while mounted, and that is Tarantriss. So she shoots like, she's basically a Spiderman pal. She's simply a Spiderman pal. She's fast, she's got a built-in grab hook which she shoots out with those web slingers. She can hook onto things, she can sling you across the map. She's a great pal I've spoken about in the past, but many people do indeed overlook. Put on those speed passives on her, guys, she will be incredible, like mine you're seeing on screen now. Now lastly for today's video, guys, I want to talk about partner skills which actually help in regards to your base and farming bases. So there are a couple of pals I want to talk about here. Firstly, Shroomer and Shroomer Noct. Now while at your base, guys, it gives off mysterious spores which slow down the rate at which sand values of pals at said bases decreases, so they will work for longer. So having a Shroomer or a Shroomer Noct in any of your working bases, no matter what they're working towards, can be ranches, can be ore farming bases, whatever, these will massively help you in that guard. Now another couple of powers which are great in regards to crop bases, we have Prunelia, increases your harvest of your certain crops, and then we have Lullu, I believe that's pronounced in that way, who increases the growth rate of crops. These two paired guys in a base dedicated to farming crops are absolutely incredible in the rate at which you will farm these, so yes, do keep them in mind. But there we have it guys for the partner skills I think you need to be aware of, what they offer, what they do, and basically how you use them. Now if I missed any you recommend, please do let us know down below in the comments section. But there we have it guys. If you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully guys, I will see you on that next one.